So I built something that nobody asked me to build. There's honestly no marketing for it, and I'll probably use it twice a year. But the moment it worked, that feeling, that's why I still write code. So this is how I streamed audio from my PC to my Android tablet using raw sockets, Python, Android Studio, and lots of bad ideas along the way. So here's the thing, I've got a Huawei MediaPad M5 Lite sitting on my desk with Android 8, and I just want to hear music and audio louder and more clear, as speakers on my laptop are not that great. But I don't want Bluetooth or third party app with a subscription, no cloud relay, just local direct. And I thought how hard this can actually be, the famous words. So I want to explain the architecture before explaining it, why I might regret building it. The architecture is pretty simple and straightforward once you see it. On the PC side, I am running Python script that captures audio and pushes raw bytes over socket on port 8080 with two channels defined as music, so the receiving end treats it's like an actual audio stream and not just noise. And on Android side, I have used Android Studio obviously to develop the app, and using Java, which is the most delicious programming language I've ever heard of. The app listens on socket using ADB port for forwarding, receiving raw bytes, and playing them through the AudioTrack. Make sure you add audio permission in your manifest. So then I ran into multiple issues. I got the audio streaming, it was working fine. I was feeling great about the project that I was working on, and that I could make anything happen with just writing code. And then I thought to update a UI on the screen that says your tab is normal and your tab is getting ready to be turned into a speaker, shows the user what's happening in a clean little text, until I updated that on the background thread.
Say that you're fine when you're not really fine. You just can't get into it because they would never.
And that was chaotic. My tablet crashed, it overheated, and it just restarted. From that project on, I learned never to update anything on the background thread, and always use a handler or run on UI thread. Use anything, not a raw thread writing direct to a text view. So is the app trash? No. Does it work? Yes. Will I use it regularly? Probably not. I have to open up the terminal, run the port forwarding, then start my Python script, and have my terminal always open to make sure the code is running. And sometimes there's just a bit of like conflict between them, and sometimes it just doesn't want to work. So here's what actually stuck with me after building this. Working with raw sockets, audio tracks, ADB port forwarding, none of that is complicated in isolation, but the moment you connect all of it yourself end to end with no libraries just doing the heavy lifting for you, even though I used many packages. So if you have made it this far, I don't know how, but if you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button, as to keep you updated about the decision I made at 1 a.m. that were seemed great and aren't. If this sounds like your content, subscribe. And if you're building something equally useless and equally satisfying, drop them in the comments, and I'll make sure to check them out.